Hey everybody, welcome to mini concert number 306. Closing in on 6 years worth of this. First up tonight I got a John Prine song. This one was introduced to me by son David. Got two names as usual, John Prine song. She was a level-headed dancer on the road to alcohol. I was just a soldier on my way to Montreal. Well, she pressed her chest against me about the time the jukebox broke. Gave me a peck on the back of the neck. These are the words she spoke. Blow up your TV, throw away your paper, go to the country, build your home, plant a little garden, eat a lot of peaches, try to find Jesus on your own. Well, I sat there at the table and I acted real naive, 'cause I knew that topless lady had something up her sleeve. Well, she danced around the ballroom, she did the hoochie coo, she sang her song all night long, telling me what to do. Blow up your TV, throw away your paper, go to the country, build your home, plant a little garden, eat a lot of peaches, and try to find Jesus on your own. Well, I was young and hungry and about to leave that place. Just as I got up to leave, she looked me in the face. I said, "You must know the answer." She said, "No, but I'll give it a try." So to this very day we've been living our way. Here is the reason why. We blew off our TVs, threw away our papers, went to the country, built us a home, had a lot of children, fed them on beaches, and they all found Jesus on their own. Yeah, we blew off our TVs, threw away our papers, went to the country, and built us a home, had a lot of children, fed them on beaches, and they all found Jesus on their own. So that is called alternately Spanish Pipe Dream or Blow Up Your TV. And there's a story behind that. I'll tell it sometime during another mini concert. So this is an original from I don't mean I wrote it. It's a very old song. This is from the original mini concert way back in 2020. As I was riding over the cart can carry mountains, I met with Colonel Farrell and his money he was counting. First I drew me pistol, then I drew me rapier, saying, "Stand and deliver, for I am your gold receiver. There's a big on the door of the ground. Black ball, daddy-o, black ball, daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar." Well, I counted out his money, it made a pretty penny. Took the money home and I gave it to me Jenny. She sighed and swore she loved me and she never would deceive me. But the devil take the women, for they always lie so easy. Push a ring on the door and down. Black ball the daddy-o, black ball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Into me chamber or to take a slumber, to dream of gold and jewels and shore. It was no wonder when Jenny took the charges and she filled them up with water. Called on Colonel Farrell to get ready for the slaughter. Push a ring on the door on the down. Blackball the daddy-o, blackball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Next morning early, before I rose to travel, came a band of footmen and likewise Colonel Farrell. I went to draw me pistol, he stole away me rapier. A prisoner I was taken, I couldn't shoot the water. Push a ring on the door on the down. Blackball the daddy-o, blackball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, they took me to the town with a judge all writing for robbing Colonel Farrell on Kilgarra Mountain. But they didn't take me fists, so I knocked the jailer down. I bid farewell to this tight-fisted town. Push a ring on the door on the down. Blackball the daddy-o, blackball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I'd like to find me brother, the one that's in the army. I don't know where he's stationed, be it Port or in Killarney. Together we'll go roaming through the mountains of Kilkenny. I swear he'd treat me better than me darling sporting Jenny. Push a ring on the door on the down. Blackball the daddy-o, blackball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Some take delight in the carriages a-rolling. Some take a light in the hurley and the bowling. I take a light in the juice of the barley. Courting dirty women till the morning oh so early. Push a ring on the door on the down. Blackball the daddy-o, blackball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Push a ring on the door on the down. Blackball the daddy-o, blackball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. So that's called, well, it's got two names too, Whiskey in the Jar or Kilgarra Mountain. Next up is a breakup song by Tom Paxton. It's a lesson too late for the learning. Made of sand, made of sand. In the wink of an eye, my soul is turning. In your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. Well, you know that was the last thing on my mind. You got a reason aplenty for going. This I know, this I know. For the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my without you, without you. Every song in my heart goes a-burning without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. Well, you know that was the last thing on my mind. As we walk on, our thoughts keep a-tumbling round and round, round and round. Underneath our feet, the subways are rumbling underground, underground. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. Well, you know that was the last thing on my mind. Yeah, you know that was the last thing on my mind. Well, that's called The Last Thing on My Mind. Next up is a Stan Rogers song. It's about work ethic. Get that capo in the right spot. I often take these night shift walks when the foreman's not around. I turn my back to the cooling stack and make for open ground. Far out beyond the tank barn fence where the gas bill makes no sound. I forget the stink and I always think back to that eastern town. I remember back 6 years ago, this western life I chose, when every day the news would say a factory's going to close. Well, I could have stayed to take the dole, but I'm not one of those. I take nothing free, and that makes me an idiot, I suppose. I bid farewell to that eastern town I never more will see. It's work I must, so I eat this dust and breathe refinery. Well, I miss the green and the woods and streams. I don't like cowboy clothes, but I like being free, and that makes me an idiot, I suppose. So come all you young fellows that been driven to the ground. This western life's no paradise, but it's better than lying down. Well, the streets aren't clean, there's nothing green, the hills are dirty brown. But the government dole will rot your soul back there in your hometown. So bid farewell to that eastern town you never more will see. There's self-respect and a steady check in this refinery. Well, you'll miss the green and the woods and streams, the dust will fill your nose. But you'll be free, just like me, an idiot, I suppose. But you'll be free, just like me, an idiot, I suppose. So that's Stan Rogers is The Idiot. French-Canadian writer, singer. Next up is a song that came out of a movie. Not remembering the name right now. Anyway, it was covered by a band called Coven and became a pretty huge hit. It's a song about greed and war. Listen, children, to the story that was written long ago about a kingdom on a mountain and the valley folk below. On the mountain was a treasure buried deep beneath a stone, and the valley people swore they'd have it for their very own. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you can justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing on the judgment day, but on the bloody morning after, 110 soldier rides away. So the people of the valley wrote a message up the hill, asking for the buried treasure, tons of gold for which they'd kill. Came an answer from the kingdom, with our brothers we will share all the riches of our mountain, all the treasure buried there. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you can justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing on the judgment day, but on the bloody morning after, 110 soldiers rides away. Well, then the valley rose with anger. Mount your horses, draw your swords. And they killed the mountain people, so they got their just reward. Then they stood beside the treasure on the mountain, dark and red. Turned the stone and looked beneath it. Peace on earth was all it said. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you can justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing on the judgment day, but on the bloody morning after, 110 soldier rides away. So that's called 110 Soldier, and that's mini concert number 306. Thanks for coming, folks. Maybe we'll hit 300 views again for the 5th time out of 6 weeks.